So what are the top mistakes people make when planning their retirements?
Well, there are several mistakes. One is, as we've discussed, starting too late. A big thing which I see amongst people who try to DIY their financial planning is timing. When I say timing, they think they know better, and they think they can buy a certain share or fund, hold it, and then sell it. So they have to make the entry and exit timing. They've got to get that right, and very few people can do that successfully. And if you're talking about someone who's not in the financial sector, they're just doing this out of emotion, right? They've got a job, they're working long hours, they've got family time, etc. They're traveling. How can they really make this decision properly? Mm-hmm. So they try and DIY it, and most of the time they get it wrong. Mm-hmm. And then they get hurt, and then they stay away from financial planning. So the cycle continues. Another thing I'd say is that many investors are too conservative, in particular in the early stages of their investment plan. So if you're investing for 20 years or 30 years, it's advisable to be aggressive and have more equities, especially when you're accumulating that, and then you can be more conservative later on. So yeah, don't worry about volatility in the beginning, and sure, it's easier for me to say that, but really that's that's sound financial advice. Get in there, try and build up the value of your fund, and then you can look at segmenting it and protecting some of your gains.
So have you got any examples where this has gone terribly wrong for people who DIY it?
Yeah, I have. I mean, some people are trying to time their positions of buying gold and oil at the moment. And yes, I would say it's always good to have energy and precious metals in a portfolio, but not heavily. I mean, they're two highly volatile assets. But some people are trying to say, well, oil could be cheap right now. Yes, it is. It probably is a good time to buy oil, but not with everything you have for that specific purpose of educating your kids or your own retirement.
So in Brazil, what types of mistakes have people made doing their DIY pensions?
Oh, well, I've seen many investors have bought a disproportionate holding of companies like Vale and Petrobras. And they're two amazing companies in terms of their contribution to the Brazilian economy, but they're also very sensitive to commodity price fluctuations. So both of those companies have fallen significantly over the past few years, and they're affected by the price of oil and the demand from China. So Vale and Petrobras have both fallen significantly, and if you can imagine how that's impacted people who've been relying on that money, their investments in those two companies at a time of retirement, I'm sure that would have had a significant impact on their lifestyle.
Thank you very much for answering all these questions about retirement planning. Sure. So how do people get in contact with you if they want to ask any more questions and to find out any more information?
People can get in touch via our website, which is ipanemawealth.com. Just get onto the contact page and put a specific query in the text box, and we'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.